If you often watch wildlife documentaries, you have surely seen many instances of lions chasing and stealing prey from leopards in Africa. However, recent research shows that although these two species share a common ancestor, lions are the ones that hunt down and take the lives of leopards. In December 2021, a tourist captured an extraordinary video in the MalaMala Game Reserve, South Africa. The video showed an adult male leopard surrounded by 12 lions. Although the leopard tried to defend itself and fight back against the pride, the final outcome was that it was bitten to death by the lions. This was not the first recorded case. Previously, another adult male leopard was also attacked by a lioness in the Sabi Sand Game Reserve, South Africa. The unlucky male leopard was caught and killed by the lioness before it could climb a tree. In fact, in Africa, leopards inhabit 91% of the lion's distribution area, and news of lions killing leopards is reported very frequently. As the weaker party, how have leopards managed to coexist with lions? This will explain in detail how South African leopards use their special skills to achieve a peaceful coexistence with lions. First, we need to understand the basic situation of South Africa's natural environment. The main landscape here is, of course, the savanna, which includes many types of vegetation. The densest are the riverside forests, followed by bushlands, and the most sparse are the grasslands. The lion's favourite prey is the African buffalo. In the riverside forests, food for buffalo is most abundant, and the buffalo population is also the largest. Lions are ambush predators, and accordingly, the riverside forest environment is also very favourable for lions to ambush and hunt. Therefore, the lion population is most concentrated in the riverside forests, followed by the bushlands and then the grasslands. Coincidentally, the leopard's favourite prey, the impala, has a similar distribution density to the African buffalo and lions. Furthermore, the leopard is also an ambush hunter and prefers to hunt in environments similar to those of the lion. Therefore, to save their own lives, leopards must face a choice. Either they avoid lions and go to the grasslands to find safety, where food is scarce, or they try to live in the riverside forest region and face lions more frequently, where they can eat their fill but risk being killed if found by a lion. When we look at these two maps, it is clear that lions prefer to live in dense forests and bushlands, with fewer in the grasslands and almost none in pure grasslands. Let's look at the distribution map of local male and female leopard territories. We can see that leopard territories almost completely overlap with the distribution of lions. Where there are many lions, there are also many leopards, and where there are no lions, there are also no leopards. In 10 other game reserves in South Africa, covering a total area of 5,070 square kilometres, the results of scientific research are all consistent. Leopards do not give up access to the riverside forest because of the presence of lions. Where there are lions, there are leopards. Avoiding lions would mean being unable to catch prey. At this point, a real problem confronts the leopard: how to eat its fill without being killed by a lion. The leopard's strategy is encapsulated in one word: run. Leopards are very skilled at hiding and climbing trees. These are considered two extremely important survival skills in Africa. Currently, because the African wild dog lacks these two abilities, it must always avoid lions on a large spatial scale and live in a small habitat that lions dislike, the grasslands. But prey in this environment is very scarce. In prehistoric times, the jaguar, a close relative of the lion, once lived everywhere. But after the rise of lions, they declined due to attacks from lions and now only exist in a corner of the Americas. And the leopard has coexisted with the lion thanks to these two key skills. Research shows that when a leopard detects the presence of a lion, it will move at twice its normal speed, quickly leaving the dangerous area. This is not to say that lions are slower than leopards, but the lion's weakness is its poor stamina. Leopards can maintain high speed for a longer period than lions. This is because lions have a small heart, so their bodies cannot supply enough oxygen to sustain a high-speed run for a long time. Additionally, the leopard's advantage also comes from climbing trees. With a smaller and more agile body, they can climb to higher places than lions. Lions, tigers, and jaguars are the three largest cat species. They all have a cat-like appearance and are all ambush predators. However, they also have significant differences in various details related to hunting. The lion is the pickiest eater. A characteristic of the lion's diet is that its prey is usually very large, significantly larger than that of tigers and jaguars. The main food of lions includes wildebeest, African buffalo, zebras, and various other antelopes on the African plains. In South Africa, the average weight of a male lion's prey is about 400 kilograms. The lion is the only big cat that lives in prides, which gives them a high success rate when hunting large ungulates. At the same time, group hunting also means a greater demand for food, which creates pressure and motivation for lions to hunt large prey. The main prey of tigers and jaguars is mostly equal to or smaller than their own weight. The primary food of the Siberian tiger is wild boar and red deer, with an average prey weight of about 100 kilograms. The main food of the Bengal tiger is the chital deer, which weighs only about 55 kilograms. The gaur, although slightly larger than a tiger, is still considered secondary prey, but in general, a tiger's prey weighs about 65 kilograms. In Thailand, the main food of the Indo-Chinese tiger is only about 20 kilograms. The jaguar in the Americas mainly eats peccaries and various reptiles. Its prey averages less than 20 kilograms in weight. Lions are not only the hunters of the largest prey, but they are also the pickiest eaters. According to expert investigations, the number of species considered prey in a lion's diet is basically limited to just 20 species, and in some areas, this number can be even smaller. For comparison, the tiger's menu in Nagahole National Park has 49 species, and the tiger in Nepal's Chitwan National Park has 22 species. There are more than 100 prey species in the jaguar's diet. Lions almost exclusively eat ungulates. In most areas, ungulates make up more than 98% of a lion's diet. Although lions sometimes kill other carnivores, including their own kind, leopards, hyenas or crocodiles, they almost never eat them. In Kruger National Park, experts compiled statistics from 12,000 lion hunts and found that the rate of lions eating their own kind and other carnivores was only 0.4%, and the rate of eating reptiles was seemingly zero. Although tigers and jaguars also prefer ungulates, their prey is much more diverse. Tigers are very fond of eating dogs and are the most notorious dog killers in the cat family. The Siberian tiger likes bears. The Indo-Chinese tiger likes to eat badgers. Jackals, other leopards, monkeys and lizards are all on the Bengal tiger's menu. In the Campeche, Mexico reserve, the diet of the American jaguar consists of up to 18% other carnivores and 10% birds. In some areas, such as the northern floodplains of Colombia, reptiles like caimans, freshwater turtles and iguanas hold an important place in the jaguar's diet at more than 30%. Any animal in their habitat is their potential prey, though their preferred food is ungulates. However, large ungulates in the lion's territory in Africa are much more abundant than in the habitats of tigers and jaguars, so it doesn't need to try to eat other animals. The tropical forests where tigers and jaguars live have a limited number of ungulates which are not easy to encounter, so their food composition needs to be more diverse. In general, cats are ambush predators. Lions, tigers and jaguars are no exception. They all spot their prey first, stalk it, ambush, and then lunge forward, finally delivering a surprise attack to take down the prey. Studies have shown that if a lion can get within 7.6 meters of a Thompson's gazelle, the success rate is almost absolute. But if the distance exceeds 15 meters, the hunt has a high probability of failure. For a big cat to get close to its prey, it needs to hide and camouflage itself. This is not a problem for tigers and jaguars living in the forest, but it is more troublesome for lions because they live on the vast savanna where visibility is too high. Therefore, prey that sees a lion from a distance will flee. To achieve a higher hunting success rate, some lion prides often hunt on moonless nights, and some prefer to hunt before a storm. Due to environmental conditions, the final sprint distance for a lion is often longer than for a tiger or jaguar. Therefore, running speed is more important for lions than for tigers and jaguars. There are many anatomical structures in the lion's forelimbs related to speed. For example, a lion's forearm is relatively long, while its humerus is relatively short, which is very good for increasing stride length. The ratio of radius length to humerus length for a lion is 91.1%, second only to the cheetah, 97.5%, and much higher than the tiger, 85.6%, and jaguar, 83.3%. The lion has not hesitated to sacrifice some of its strength for greater speed. A relatively high ratio of radius length to humerus length means longer forelimbs and shorter hind limbs. In this way, the muscular power, the actual strength of a lion's forelegs, will not be as strong as that of a tiger or jaguar. The strength of the forelimbs is directly related to the ability to take down prey, and if the three species, lion, tiger and jaguar, were the same size, the jaguar would be the one with the greatest forelimb strength. The attachment area index of the teres major muscle on the scapula is 35.3% for the lion, close to the cheetah's 38.1%, and much greater than the jaguar's 27 to 28%, while the tiger is similar to the lion at 35.3%. From this, it can be seen that for the jaguar in its hunts, strength is most important and speed is secondary. The main food of the tiger is deer, which also runs fast, so the tiger needs both strength and speed. Researchers have measured the speeds of tigers and lions and found that the speed of a Bengal tiger is 56 kilometers per hour and a lion is 59 kilometers per hour. Another document also indicates that the relative running speed in animals is 54.4 kilometers per hour for tigers and 57.3 kilometers per hour for lions. The values given on Wikipedia show the speed of these terrestrial animals as 51.4 kilometers per hour for the tiger, 53.5 kilometers per hour for the lion, and 46.7 kilometers per hour for the jaguar. The results of actual tests show that the lion is slightly faster than the tiger, while the jaguar is significantly slower than its two big cat cousins. What do you think about this information? Leave your opinions in the comments below.